Of Lifestyles is sponsored by Guns N' Hoses.
Yes, it is. Kay Stolte of the Newburgh Fire Department, Robert Gibson from the Police Department, our Guns N' Hoses this week coming up April 9th at the Ford Center. Now, you've done this before, have you not?
Yes, I have.
How long have you been, how many times have you been on that fight?
With my stellar record, I'm currently 1-3. In Evansville, 1-3, but last year my opponent got COVID, so I wasn't able to fight last year, so 1-3 is where I stand with that.
So was that in the fall?
Yes.
Okay, because everything was off kilter because of COVID. So
Absolutely.
now we're back on track where you're supposed to be as far as the time of year.
Yes, this is the normal time for us.
Okay. So, Case, is this your first time for Guns N' Hoses?
It is. I started with the Evansville Fire Department this year, and
they made you do it.
No, they didn't make me. They didn't make me. I volunteered and wanted to do it, and excited to do it.
So when did you find out you were going to be in the
okay, so honestly, ever since I applied to the fire department, one of my good friends is a very influential in Guns N' Hoses.
Right.
And he was like, you should really try it. So ever since I applied for the fire department, is always in the back of my mind that I wanted to do it. Yeah.
But did you have time to train like you wanted to?
Yes and no. Yes, when I had time to do it, and the last couple months I've been really hitting it pretty hard. So.
And so I know, you train in the same gym?
Yes,
but at different times?
Yes, different times. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mondays and Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So you're kind of got a bum leg. How's that going to go for you?
This year I'm going to be a team spirit. I'm going to be a cheerleader.
You're going to be a cheerleader, okay.
Yes,
right.
Unfortunately.
All right, yeah, that's a little, when you get the boot off?
Doc says up to 4 months. So.
Wow, well, or maybe that's one way to get out of it. Just borrow that boot next year and you want it.
No.
That's probably what he's doing.
Is that what it is? Not even the real thing?
No.
So, apart from the fun, there's some big-time training going on. So what's it been like for you to get ready?
I think you'll take more punishment in the gym than you will on the actual night of the fight.
May that be true?
Yeah, because you're sparring so many different opponents, down at the gym, and it's not just one time. You're doing it multiple times a night. So these fights are 3 1-minute rounds, whereas you might spar in our ring 4 or 5 times. So you've fought 5 fights at 3 1-minute rounds. So you'll take more punishment leading up to the fight than you will in the actual fight.
So is that really got to get your head in the game, though, to think, okay, I've done that, so this shouldn't be too bad?
Well, minus the fact that there might be 8,000 to 10,000 people watching.
There's that, and they're pretty on
boisterous,
fire, aren't
yes.
they?
Oh yeah, it's an electric crowd.
It is an electric. I mean, they're already, and you all, of course, are high energy by this time too, because you're thinking, I've got to get out there.
Yep.
No, when you were training, what was it like for you?
I actually went to Columbus, Ohio, and fought March 3rd with some other guys from Guns N' Hoses to fight in their Guns N' Hoses, and that's where the injury occurred. But it was cardio mostly, because you'll get in there, adrenaline dump, you're ready to go. Probably like most fighters, I don't really remember much about the fight, so I'm glad it's on YouTube just because it's so tunnel vision and going. The adrenaline is just, it's amazing. It's a wonderful time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's been on the show has said that same thing. Is no matter what you train, if you haven't done it before, you get in that room with all those people, all those lights and all that energy, and maybe that's a good thing because it gets you all fired up.
Oh, it does.
April 9th, get your tickets if you still can, because all of this is for very good cause. 911 gives hope, so they're going to get the tar beat out of them for a good cause. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. We'll be back with more Lifestyle right after this.
This portion of Lifestyles is sponsored by Guns N' Hoses.